High Plains Technology says it's time for school.
Well, here we are. It's Wednesday. Of course, High Plains Technology in the studio with Taylor Burnett and Mrs. Rogers. Good to have you guys this morning.
Well, thanks for having us. It's
Nice
a
to
special
be here.
day. Special day. You know, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Not Christmas, not the NCAA basketball tournament, but we are kicking off Plant Cell. Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah, exactly. Mrs. Rogers is counting down the days, Wednesday to the end of Friday afternoon. But I wanted to have you on today because honestly, you know, it's easy to say my favorite program when someone's sitting right next to me. You know, kind of like your favorite kid when they're sitting next to you. But honestly, Mrs. Rogers has one of the best programs out there. Love her class. Love what she does. It takes passion to see passion and to know passion. And she is one of the most passionate people I've ever met. And don't get in her way. But yeah,
Or disagree with me.
yeah, well, I know that all too well as well, you know, but no. This is what I love more than anything. It's Plant Cell Week, and here we are. We are starting today at what time? At Wednesday
At noon.
At noon.
Till
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
Till
tonight.
6 o'clock. I love when she says 6 o'clock with the eye roll because sometimes
Right. If people walk in at 5 till 6, we're there till 7.
Because the other thing I love about Mrs. Rogers and her class as well, very passionate, and they are customer driven.
Right.
That's what and that's what these kids are learning also. But so it's Wednesday from
From noon to 6.
noon to 6, Thursday
9 to 6.
9 to 6, and Friday.
From 9 to 2.
Okay, and listen, people. Even if something might be out and you come on Friday morning, odds are it's going to show back up Friday afternoon because you've done that as well with things, correct?
Right. Well, we have quite a little bit
Okay.
of surplus. So,
Okay.
like, for instance, we have, I think, 650 geraniums.
Okay.
And we probably have about 500 of the scented geraniums this year. So,
Awesome.
which is like the citronella plant
Yes.
that you have outside, and so you know we'll be restocking. So if there's something that you thought we had and you can't find it, you need to ask.
That's-
because
yes.
it could be under a table somewhere.
And you could find it. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
that's it.
Because this is a big year as well because we didn't get the second greenhouse finished in time, but we just did a little bit enough for you to fill it
Right,
as well.
right.
Because that's how neat this is. 2 greenhouses full, correct?
Right.
And
right.
so what plants do you have that you're going to showcase, or what are the most popular plants, or even some of your favorites?
Probably the citronella. It's funny how quickly that seems to go.
And explain exactly what that is, because a lot of people don't understand that.
It's kind of your mosquito shocker. It's
Yep.
like where you plant it and then it has that smell, that lemony smell that the mosquitoes don't like. Now, does it repel every mosquito? Probably not.
Well, as sweet as we are, mosquitoes are attracted to us anyway, right?
But my favorite thing about it is you plant it in the ground and it gets huge. So we just have a above ground swimming pool. So we put like 3 of them out there and they just get huge. And that smell is just
Which is better than little boys or little, swimming. Your your grandson swimming. But no, citronella. So what else is a big deal? Of course, all the ivies, right?
we've got lots of ivies. We've got I'm trying to think. We've got accent plants and we've got some vegetables this year. Some tomatoes, peppers, that kind of thing. We're trying, don't have a massive amount, but have a pretty good stock there.
Okay.
Probably some of my favorite things is the ice plant and
Yes.
the Dorianthus, which along with the purslane and the rose moss, because in Oklahoma the heat just a lot of times will zap things. And
What heat? We don't have heat in
yeah.
Oklahoma, do we? We don't
And
have
wind.
we don't have very much rain or wind or
and it's like I can look outside and when the sun comes up and that purslane is blooming, and I don't care if I forgot to water it for 4 days, it's still blooming.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, that's what someone that I'm, just for the record, anti-green thumb. The opposite of green is what color my thumb is, and Mrs. Burnett's thumb is as well. So that's something we would need.
But it wants sun. But another thing is the sweet potato vine is.
There you go.
It's just beautiful this year and
Okay.
full and big, and so we have quite a little bit of it. And then one of my favorite things is there's a perennial that's a salvia that has little flowers at the end that seems to bloom throughout the summer and into the fall, and
Awesome.
it just has and it comes back every year. So one of those things that just gets a little bit bigger. You start out and it's 3 or 4 branches, and then it just gets a little bit bigger.
I wish some visitors would just only come back every year instead of every week at my house and things. But the sweet potato vine and all the vines, honestly, are very impressive what you do, because you do grow the majority, a lot of it on your own, right? Correct? 'Cause especially now with 2 greenhouses.
Yeah, we do a lot of propagation back in really November and December. We get mother plants in from people that have, in October and before the first freeze, and then we clean them up and make sure they're in good shape. And then in a lot of times in December and January we'll start propagating.
Because explain why you do this also, because it is a little bit of, it's part of your class,
right? So. Yes, because there's a horticistic major that's in my class, and I just so kids can learn how to, if they don't have a lot of money, if they don't have, I mean, it's basically, taking something and making a bunch out of it, and it just teaches them a lot of. I mean, we're learning skills because they've got to kind of be precise about it, and they've got to the Rudy dip it the Rudy hormone and get it started. Then it's got to be watered and it's got to be taken care of, and they get graded on, they'll get a flat that they propagate, and that's the one I grade, and then they do many more. But
wow.
I kind of keep track of that first.
So
one.
I don't need to come in and get graded, is what you're saying, since I'm the opposite of a green thumb. The thing is too is during the plant sale, the skills that these kids are doing with the public.
Right.
Is probably very invaluable as well. So, talk about a little bit of that process and where the people are going to come in, the public are going to come in.
Well, I think the biggest benefit is my kids is the interaction with the customers and them being able to help out and being able, there's just a feeling of pride and a feeling of when they're needed and when they're.
If you guys could see the smile on her face right now, yes, it's coming through.
So it's like I that's probably my favorite thing, and we talk a lot about customer service beforehand, about how we treat people and how we help people, and that, and then I have past students that come back. And
you definitely do
help out
the all stars,
the ones that are on our Special Olympic team. That come back and help out. So. Once they do it, they really want to come back for more. And since we started, our class became in charge of the snack bar. They've gotten a little bit more of that
yes,
dealing
you're right.
with people and
Great
the customer
point.
service. But those are all school kids, and High Plains is great, and they are wonderful to my students.
Because you mentioned a little bit with the Special Olympics. So some of the money that goes towards things helps for your class and past students?
Like right now, we're in May, we'll go to Stillwater to State Special Olympics.
And it's not cheap, folks, because how many kids do you usually take?
I think I've got 14 down this year to take.
Yep.
That will so room and board, and then their meals, and we do eat at nice.
Well, and you should, because everybody always is like, I'm ready for cheese fries. That's what everybody's excited for. And so that money that is being collected from this plant sale, a lot of people think things are going back to the High Plains. It's not. 100% of this money goes towards the Service Careers Program and Special Olympics kids as well. So, I mean, Jiminy Christmas, let's support the best kids on the face of the earth.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then also like the tables that we bought for the new greenhouse, those come out of that money. We do things, the plugs that we'll use for next year will come out of the money that we make. So it just kind of, it's just that continual cycle. But we're getting ready to go on Sunday after the plant sale. We'll go to Skills USA, and I'm taking 14 kids there to Tulsa. So that'll be where they'll go and they'll compete in things like the ZTR mower and the standard mower and
tool identification.
Yeah, and hard surface maintenance.
There you go.
Carpet maintenance and those kind of things.
It's so cool. So as someone's coming in outside the public wanting to come in, which gate do they come in to the school?
I think there'll only be one gate open, and
the east gate.
The east gate that's closest to the Early Childhood Center.
Yes, there you go.
And that'll be open, and if you come in, we'll just kind of keep traffic going in one way.
Yep.
There'll be places to park, and then there'll be we're going to be in the greenhouses and then in the lean-to, because I understand we're going to have a little bit of wind we're going to have to deal with again. So we're trying to kind of be as protected as we can be with our plans and stuff. So,
and that's awesome, because honestly, people, it's all hands on deck. Everybody helps out as much as they can. Everybody's got a lot going on, but if there's one thing at the school is joining in, because this is the neatest event for everybody. Yeah. And you're going to have people that'll be able to take the plants back out to your cars and help out with that. So
Right.
okay.
And I do appreciate. That's what I couldn't do this on my own. It's kind of that.
She would
village.
try, though.
It's the village.
So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. We'd love to see you the next starting at noon today, next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Come on out and support great kids and an incredible teacher.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.